7 secrets Nigerian and African men do not know about women. Now, if out of the 7 that I list out, you know up to 5, I go wire you 10k by the end of this video. But if you don't know up to 5, then you have to subscribe to the channel. So make sure you watch till the end. Sex is her superpower. Now, I don't mean the actual act of sex or the actual act of knacking. What I mean is her sexuality, her seductiveness, and her attractiveness. Every average to beautiful woman knows that the most power she has over the world is her highly regarded sexuality. And there is so much proof of this. One example is when 2 women are in a physical fight, right? Hand-to-hand combat, you get. Why do you think they strip each other naked, but men don't? They strip each other naked because subconsciously what they are doing is exposing something of extreme value, which is their nakedness, to the world for free. Men, why are you stripping your fellow man naked? Who wants to see him naked in the first place? Nobody wants to see. You see a man naked, you close your eye. Whether you're a girl or a guy, you close your eye. It's disgusting. Female nudes and male nudes don't be the same thing. The third example is when a man and a woman in a relationship or a marriage, let's say the woman isn't getting something she wants, right? What is the first thing she takes away from the table? Sex. You don't withhold something you don't think is of immense value. Fourth example, when women are exchanging insults. Now only women, they use their hand call their fellow woman a shawo. Why don't men call each other a shawo when they argue? Because where's the insult? Most likely being an ashawo as a man is more of a compliment than an insult, because average men don't even get sex. So if that your guy, he in the knack anytime when he wants, do you know what he has accomplished to be able to do that? Do you get what I'm saying? It's hard work being a male ashawo. Why women actually cheat? Contrary to popular opinion, women don't just cheat for emotional reasons. Women cheat for physical reasons the same way men do. This just happens at a different frequency. Men cheat for physical reasons more than women do, and women cheat for emotional reasons more than men do. But in general, both men and women cheat for novelty. Novelty means newness. Emotionally, when a woman meets a man who makes her feel different from her present man, not necessarily better or worse, just different, that is a man who she would cheat with. And when it comes to the physical aspect, a woman will cheat with a man who is more physically attractive than her man. Taller, huger, more muscular, more attractive, has more beard probably, if that's her type. But when it comes to a man cheating physically, man where they date Nancy Sime, fit cheat on him with James Brown. My point is, a man is cheating because the new girl is different from his babe, not necessarily better than his babe. One major proof that a man would cheat for physical reasons more than a woman would is if an average man is walking on the road, but he walks through a street and he gets home, and he walks past 50 average women, and when he gets home, you ask him, bro, out of all those girls where you meet, how many will you go feel knack? How many will you be able to sleep with? Just based on face value. He'll probably tell you 20 or 25 or even 30. But if you put a woman in that same scenario, she walks past 50 average men and she gets home, and you ask her, out of all those men, who would you be able to sleep with? She'll probably tell you 5 or 7 or 3. Do you understand? Because the threshold that a man has to get to arouse a woman based on physical looks alone is very high. So not so many men can do it. And also, on the list of things that women are looking for in men, looks are generally not number 1. But for a man, looks is number 1. A young, attractive woman is equivalent to a 35-year-old successful man. Simple example. In order for Regina Daniels to get Ned Nwoko's affection, attention, and loyalty, all she had to do is be a beautiful young woman. For Ned Nwoko to get Regina Daniels' attention, affection, and loyalty, he had to be a 60 to 70-year-old billionaire of a man. See, the way a young girl that is very attractive forms for men, now the same way guy will get money, they behave with women, is almost the same thing. You get? He might not be forming necessarily, but he's not committing to anybody, bro. He's like, I can get anybody I want. You're not that serious. You're not that important to me. It's basically the same thing. So instead of hating women or insulting them or disliking them, wait for your turn. Use the rejection as you can't go from tuning to joining overnight. No, you get? It's a gradual process. Use the rejection as motivation to level up your finances, level up your looks, your charisma, everything. You get? And when you're like 27, 28, now you go be hot cake at that point. Then you can play your own game. Women would rather share an alpha than date a faithful beta. Do I need to say anything else? I don't think I do. A modern feminist offers a man absolutely nothing. First and second wave feminists fought for so many causes and accomplished so much. They got women the right to vote, they got women the right to own property. Men and women as well should be appreciative of their accomplishments. But what do modern feminists really do? Like, apart from hate men and strip away the last strand of femininity left in women, what do they really do? I'm the kind of guy who doesn't believe in asking a guy or a girl, depending on who you are, what do you bring to the table? I think it's a very stupid question. I think once you are getting to know somebody, in some weeks or months, you will know if that person brings anything of value to yourself or not. And then you decide if you stay or leave, right? So it is a stupid question to me. But when it comes to feminists, like if you are a guy dealing with a feminist, I genuinely think you should ask that question, like, what am I really gaining from you? Like, what do I gain from a masculine, standoffish, rude pseudo-man? Make I cuckoo go date my guy. Make I go date Tony. Do you understand? Make I know see na my G at the date. Women test men constantly. Sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously, but they do. Which is why, regardless of how good a woman's character is or how bad it is, she can date 10 men and treat all 10 of those men differently, based on if they failed or passed the tests in the early stages of the relationship. Once she comes to the understanding of the fabric of man that you are, that is basically how she's going to treat you during the relationship. Simple tests, so nothing really complicated. Sometimes tests as simple as you sending a message on WhatsApp, her reading it, not replying, and going to post on her status. That is a test. Another example is if she is doing something that annoys you, and then you complain about it to her, and she suddenly begins to do it even more than she used to. That is also a test. A third example is if she comes to ask you, babe, how would you feel if I say I don't want us to be having sex again in this relationship? That is also a test. Your reaction and replies to these tests matter a lot. Secret number 7. She does not want an emotional man. And I know guys are tired of hearing this one. Some guys deny it. Some guys say, are you saying I should hide my feelings? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying understand who to and when you should vent these feelings. If you have a serious burden that you have on your shoulders, but you can let your girl know a little bit. Do you understand? But if it is so much or if it is too reoccurring, go and tell your mom, see. Or if you have a group of guy friends, that are very understanding, follow them yarn, follow them talk. Do you understand? Let them give you actionable advice on what to do from there. Because if the level of venting a woman does to you emotionally, if you do it to her as well, she can't take it. She just can't take it. She either loses attraction for you, loses respect for you, or just gets tired. She just can't take it. And you can sit in your house and be angry about it and be spiteful about it, or you can just understand it. You need to have this fundamental understanding, because when you have this understanding, you will know how to better relate with women. It shouldn't make you hate women. The same way their understanding of you as a man shouldn't make them hate you. Just understand the unfair realities of dating and live happily. Now, if out of the 7 I mentioned, you knew up to 5, it don't mean when you don't subscribe. It doesn't mean you shouldn't subscribe. Still hit the subscribe button. There are like 18,000 Nigerian and African guys here. So even though you can't learn from me, you can either learn from them or teach them as well. And also, if you didn't know up to 5, we had a deal in the beginning. You guys sub or turn that go. You have to subscribe. Do you get what I'm saying? So thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys in the next one. It go be.